When in Chicago this last week with our 8th grade students, we visited a parish on the north side of Chicago, St. Thomas of Canterbury Soup Kitchen. We helped to prepare a meal and serve it and take out food as much as they could carry. The director said to us as we began to go out and serve, they said, consider sitting down once you've served the guests, sitting down to have dinner with them. And if that wasn't something you were comfortable doing, at least give a smile when you're serving. A small act as a smile can sometimes mean the difference, heal someone's hopelessness and mean the difference between them wanting to go on living or not. If you try to sit down with them, she gave different scenarios. They may give you a signal that they don't want you there. Either just tell you that, or like one man did to me, he just sneered and turned his head away. I said, okay, I think I get the message. Some may be just happy that you sit with them and be present. You don't have to talk. Others may talk, somewhat coherently or not coherently at all. And you just have to try to read the situation, and if you're comfortable, decide accordingly. Several of the 8th graders sat and visited with guests or clients who came for the meal. And one of the women chaperones sat with a big, intimidating man. I noticed her all by herself, sitting with him, and I thought, I'm just going to go walk behind him, and I mouthed to her, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm fine." And later on, she told me that, she sat there for the whole meal with him. And later on, she told me that his big brown eyes were friendly and warm. She and the students probably won't know this side of heaven in this life, how much their presence and their interactions meant to the guests. But it for sure began or furthered the process of healing their soul. They, like all people we served and interacted with, were people. That was one of my takeaways, is they're people with souls and intellects, and hearts, made for love. Maybe deeply wounded, but they were people. And that's how Jesus treated the leper, a person with Hansen's disease, a person, a son or daughter, made in the image and likeness of God, and he healed the physical disease of leprosy, yes, but as one preacher interpreted his demand for the leper, or the healed leper, to keep quiet about what he did, but only show himself to the priest, Jesus wanted him to heal completely, not just physically. That is, emotionally, mentally, and ultimately his soul. He engaged this man, and that encounter with Jesus, that act of love, began his whole healing process. He did not leave him on the margin of the community. Now, maybe you haven't had a chance, or you won't ever get a chance to meet a person or talk to him or her who is on the margins of society, literally the streets, separated from most other citizens of our country. But you will definitely see people who you might rather avoid. Or maybe even judge them because of how they look or act or smell or sound. And so we all have the opportunity for hospitality. One of our parish's core values is hospitality. And it's based upon Jesus' words in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25. When I was a stranger, you welcomed me. Someone once said that the church is the only organization that exists mainly for the sake of those who do not belong or aren't members. A club is different. A club exists for the sake of the members. But the church is not that way. Now, it's partly what it is for us to serve each other's needs and to exist for each other. But the majority of every member's job in the church is to meet the needs of those who are not members. Yes, maybe they'll become members, but hospitality does not mean being friendly with our friends and all the people who look, think, and behave and talk like us, but reaching out to the stranger. Yes, it's important to keep safety in mind, but not to the point of eliminating hospitality. Our small or large act of hospitality towards a stranger will for sure further the process of Jesus healing their soul.